If you may have noticed that certain igneous rocks, in terms of the appearance, they have striking appearance or appearances that stands out. So notice how we have two igneous rocks. The one on the left is vesicular, and also the one on the right. However, they have different colors. One is lighter, and one is darker. Here's another example where you have two igneous rocks. The texture is fine. You can't really see the individual minerals. But however, what stands out is the difference in color. The one on the left is dark, and the one on the right is lighter in color. And here's our third example. Again, the one on the left has a coarse texture. You can see the individual minerals. The one on the right also has a coarse texture. You can see the individual minerals, but it tends to be darker in color. The question is, why is that so? So, if igneous rocks are formed from the cooling and solidification of magma, why do they have different colors? So here we have a granite that's light in color, and gabbro, which is dark in color, but both of them are coarse. So the colors of an igneous rock are based on its mineral composition, and it's broken up into two categories. Okay, felsic, meaning light colored. These are light colored igneous rocks. They contain more aluminum and silicon in terms of its composition. Generally, they are less dense. In terms of the mineral composition, the minerals that it's made out of is made out of potassium feldspar, pelagic-clay feldspar, and quartz. Now, this is taken from a portion of your reference table. And if you notice, potassium feldspar and pelagic-clay feldspar, when you look at the common color, they tend to be white to pink or white to gray. Same thing as quartz. Quartz tends to be white or colorless to variable, so they're lighter. It's lighter in color. So if you have a majority of the rock composed of these minerals combined, the rock will be lighter in color, so it will be considered felsic. On the other end, we have mafic igneous rock, which is dark colored igneous rock. They contain more iron and magnesium in terms of their chemical composition. They're more dense. Being that they have more iron and magnesium, they're more dense. Okay? In terms of the minerals, the igneous rocks, the mafic igneous rock contains more plastic feldspar, pyroxene, and olivine. So if we look at the minerals, plastic feldspar, olivine, you can see that plastic feldspar is white to gray. Okay, and also we have our pyroxene. But olivine and pyroxene, they're green, gray or brown, or black to dark green, respectively. So again, if you have a combination of these minerals in the rock, and at that darker color, then the rock itself will be a dark colored igneous rock. And again, this is what you call your mafic igneous rock. So, again, here's our reference table. It's a bit complicated, but if you break it down, it won't seem as complicated. So, this section here, this column down, are your felsic igneous rocks. That includes obsidian, now usually appears black, pumice, vesicular rhyolite, granite, pegmatite. These are all your felsic igneous rock. And notice, look at the minerals that it's composed of. Potassium feldspar, which is pink to white. Quartz, which is clear to white. And has a little bit of biotite mica, which is black, and amphibole, which is black. Okay. Then you have your intermediate, okay, vesicular andesite diorite. So they contain mostly plasmacase feldspar, biotite, and amphibole. Then on this column here, you have your mafic igneous rocks. And again, they include the following: basaltic glass, scoria, cyclic basalt, diabase, gabbro, peridotite, and duonite. And if you look down, look at the minerals that the mafic igneous rocks are composed of. Plasmacase feldspar, which again is white to gray. Pyroxene, which is a green igneous rock. It has a little bit, depending on the rock, a little bit of biotite, which is black. It has some amphibole, which is again black in color. And for peridotite and duonite, it has mostly olivine and pyroxene, which combine is green, and again you have a darker color. So the important thing here is that the igneous rocks, the color of the igneous rock is really based on the mineral composition. If you have a lighter, if your igneous rock is composed of lighter minerals, for example, potassium feldspar, quartz, plasmacase feldspar, it's going to be felsic. The rock is going to be lighter in color. If it's composed of minerals that are darker in color, like pyroxene, olivine, biotite, amphibole, it's going to be darker.